Hey everybody, it's Brian, John from the Project Algerine crew.
Hey.
It's pouring rain.
Yeah.
We're gonna do what we can today.
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere.
Let's go.
All right.
If you were wondering where my family is from, they're from Erie. And if you were wondering what our slogan is, we love Erie. And if you were wondering where our fair city is, it's by the lake. And if you were wondering what our famous catchphrase is, we love Erie.
This is the story of two bridges that led to someplace. The bridge leading to Charles Strong's property was near West 6th and Washington Place.
Right at the intersection up here, crossed right here, and went straight, right across this road here. Right here is where there was a bridge. It was actually called Bridge Street. They went straight over into Charles Strong's property. This is the new bridge. The other bridge was put in 1923. A lot of the neighbors weren't happy with having the city pay for a new bridge. Yeah. So
Taxpayer concern.
In 1923, the growth of the frontier neighborhood required a viaduct to be constructed over Cascade Creek and the Erie and Pittsburgh Railroad.
we're gonna stay in the car because it is raining, and you know. Okay, so this would have been the back way in, and his cottage would have actually been over there a little bit more. We'll keep going. I'll kind of just narrate as the day goes.
Most sources claim that the cabin was built in 1895, but records indicate that the cabin was built earlier than that, as in 1892, the cabin was wired with electricity and telephone service on December 1st.
His grandfather, Martin Strong, owned the property. Okay. And he loved it, so he built his log cabin out here. And,
You said log cabin?
Yeah, it was a log cabin, 2 stories. It was huge, it was massive.
Okay.
You know, this is actually the Charles Strong building.
Okay.
Right here, if you look right there at the sign, I'll try to zoom in on it. That's the Charles Strong building.
Yeah.
Named after him.
47-acre estate overlooking Presque Isle Bay was a 2-story, 4-bedroom log cabin, crafted by a mix of stone boulders, tree trunk beams, and frame siding. Strong lived here till his death in 1936.
So we're down here towards the other end. Now what I wanted to show you is there's an old fence that's part of the original, or what's left of the original grounds here from when it was.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so
That's pretty cool.
I'll get a look at that here, which is kind of cool. Now I'll put an overhead over, and you can see that this is actually where they came through here, and they would actually continue on this way.
Okay.
Over there, and then there were barns over there, and I believe that's where they kept their stables, where they kept the horses and stuff.
Okay.
So he would actually come in and went down that way and came through here, and then it had this big curved road that led over to his log cabin there.
Okay.
But that gate right there is probably about the last remaining
Yeah.
thing here of
That's cool.
Charles Strong's summer cottage. I believe they called this Someplace.
Oh.
Was the name of his nickname of it. Most people back in the day, they just called it the log cabin. The rain is really coming down now. I had to roll up my window. The stables were right around here.
Okay.
They went down this way. I'll show you an overhead photo of those. And we'll head down this way. There's a house that's inside here that was owned by Strong, and it was built for his secretary, I believe.
Okay.
It said. This is now Regency down here. I remember snowmobiling as a kid in this park. Played soccer here when it was a field. Interestingly, is this little building up here. I remember when I was younger. That little
Oh, that's
building
cool.
right there is still here. Part of the plumbing and the
Yeah.
pump house or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's been there for a while.
No turkeys?
Yeah.
Wow. That's trippy.
Yeah.
I thought that was not real. And there's more.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have a turkey infestation down here.
Thanksgiving.
Here's some
Thanksgiving in June.
wild turkeys here. Say hello, boys.
Were they Jennies?
So there's South Shore Place. So they've never used this entrance, and I think originally,
Not that I can remember.
I think it was put in for fire department. If they ever need to get through here, they could get right through there. But originally there was a path that led here over into the Frontier Farm, which was where we are right now,
Yep.
technically. And there was two ways to get onto the Frontier Farm from this property over here.
Okay.
And the other one is now it's got a home on it, and that path has all been gobbled up by history.
Yeah.
There's a parking garage over there too.
Nice.
I've been in those. Those are pretty nice.